What's up and welcome to another episode of Football Everyday, coming to you live and direct from the studios here at Menara Star in PJ. My name is Nelson, as usual. Joining me today, Shaun, Orange and Ian Yee. Guys, good to see you as usual. Well, is it just me, or does it seem like we're being treated to better and better football as the season draws to a close, guys? By magnificent football, of course, I am talking about Manchester City's 6-1 thrashing of Norwich City at Carrow Road. I mean, Shaun, a hat-trick on his return to the starting lineup, so there's no doubting the quality of Carlos Tevez, right?
Absolutely. We all know that Tevez is a good player. Like I said earlier, I just find or have issue with his temperament on the pitch. The link up that he has that is created now with Aguero, I think we saw it this past weekend, is absolutely excellent.
An absolute joy to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to come to that. I mean, look, Tevez's individual show aside, surely his link up and understanding with his Argentine counterpart Aguero, as well as David Silva, has got to be admired.
Yeah, for all the problems he causes off the pitch, you know, people sometimes forget that he's actually a very, very good team player on the pitch, which is kind of weird. There's two sides to it.
It's like he can be a good individual player when he wants to. He can also link up with the team.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest asset he brings to whatever team he plays with. Whether it was with United, we saw that as well. He linked up well with all the strike partners he plays with, and he's doing the same at City. I'm not surprised actually.
I mean, Shaun, as Manchester City's #1 fan, do you think Tevez will be there come next season?
I certainly hope he'll be there. I certainly hope that if he is there, he'll come with a. I still don't like his temperament. I hope he comes with a bit of changed attitude. But I must say that if he chooses not to be there, and one of the bigger clubs in Europe want to take him, he'll go definitely.
United?
Like I said, I don't think United's big enough.
Not big enough for that ego.
All right. Well, speaking of United, I'm following City's win. Manchester United responded with a 4-0 thrashing of Aston Villa at home at Old Trafford. Of course, I mean, look, many of us wouldn't have expected anything other than 3 points for United, but it is the manner of, in which Ashley Young got the penalty for the first goal, right?
Yeah, that was terrible.
So he's been branded a diver, so your thoughts on that?
It's not the kind of distraction you want at this point of the season, right? Because it's not just his action. His actions doesn't just affect him, it affects the entire club. Now people are calling them cheaters, calling them lucky. I mean, to be fair, they have been a bit lucky in the last couple of games, but you don't need that added pressure. You know, in the dressing room, people start to have little doubts, you know, are we really doing the business? So you don't need that, and Ashley Young has just brought on a world of trouble for us. And I kind of think the penalty incident, to be honest, I think it's sort of, it could have gone either way. It could have been given anyway. It was probably a foul. But for him to go down that dramatically, I just don't want to see that at a club.
I mean, Shaun, other than Young's performance, deserved result? Or I mean, did you expect the result?
Oh yeah, definitely. So United, you'll always expect them to win, and given where we are in the season, you would expect them to win reasonably comfortable. But I think, like Ian's saying, is you don't want that sort of dive in, especially from a team as big as United. You should really be in a position to go to Aston Villa, although Aston Villa came to you. You should be able to go to Aston Villa and give them good old thumping, nice, cleanly, and then come back, and that's it. You don't want the referees making decisions like that for you, because when you do, it leaves a bad taste in the mouth of all.
Okay, well, from that controversial penalty to the relegation battle where Blackburn suffered a 3-0 loss at Swansea, leaving them second from bottom. I mean, look, 3 points from safety, having played 2 more than Bolton. Steve Keane's men are probably going down, right, Ian?
It looks that way, but of course you'll never know. Like with Wigan, right, suddenly getting two good wins in a row, so you never know. They do have the players, Yakubu, Hoylett. They can go on a good run of form and score you some goals. So you never know with that.
Steve Keane has that resilience.
Yeah, that too. But we have to talk about Swansea as well. What a great performance. Sigurdsson scoring another wonder goal. They were passing the ball around. I watched the game.
He must be the lone signing of the season.
Class. Yeah, lone signing of the season, definitely.
Right, well, meanwhile, Mark Hughes has said that his team need to pick up points away from home after their 1-0 loss to West Brom at the Hawthorns. So you'd have to agree, right, Shaun? Especially considering that in the beginning, they were playing better away from home. Now they're playing better at home. Yeah,
that's true. You definitely need to do some work away from home. It's good that they're playing a lot better at home, but yeah, I think Hughes is correct. They do need to show some smoke away from home. But I might just add that I think QPR are going down.
So they're going to join Blackburn and Wolves.
That's what I believe. Yeah.
Okay. Definitely. Well, we'll see what happens. And speaking of Wigan, they did their survival bid a world of good, as we mentioned earlier. I mean, with 2-1 win over Arsenal at Emirates of all places. I mean, look, that's back-to-back wins over Man United and Arsenal of all teams, so they can't be that bad a team.
Yeah, it's great to see that happening for Roberto Martinez as well, because he, even though they're struggling against relegation, he's always set out his teams to play football the right way, to pass the ball.
And he doesn't really whine and stuff. He gets on with the job. And,
exactly, it's great. He tries not to blame the referees. He doesn't go and rant against other managers. He just does his job, gets his team to play football, and hopes for the best. So now the best is finally here, which is good.
I think if we remember a couple of seasons ago, he pulled the team out quite nicely out of the relegation zone, and he led his chairman to say that he can stay at the club for life.
Yeah,
I mean that's how happy they were.
Yeah.
So are we surprised that he's kind of doing it again?
And perhaps Lady Luck is starting to shine on him for once, right?
Good, yeah.
Okay, well, quickly, over the weekend, the FA Cup semi-finals were also played, with Liverpool coming from behind to beat local rivals Everton by 2-1 as Chelsea thumped Tottenham by 5-1. Looking at both results, Shaun, would you say both the Reds and Blues deserved to go through?
I think so. I think Chelsea were excellent. Great value for money.
Except the goal.
Yeah, the goal aside, I think Chelsea would have still beaten Tottenham quite
based on that performance
badly. Yes, and I think Liverpool's come from behind win was filled with character. They showed that they have got some stiffness in them. I know that in the league they're really stiff in the league.
I mean, but
anyway.
I mean, like Gallas, after that loss, Gallas has said that Spurs aren't Champions League material kind of thing. I mean, but anyway, I mean, the FA Cup final this year will be contested between Liverpool and Chelsea. I mean, so your thoughts on that?
Chelsea. I think Chelsea will win.
No biasness there?
No, I really think Chelsea, they've got the experience. Liverpool have shown some character, which is really good. I thought it was great that they managed to get that win so late on. But Chelsea, they've got firepower, they've got experience, and they're full of confidence right now.
They seem to be having a really wonderful
tail under Roberto Di Matteo, they're playing with a lot of confidence, which is what you need. Because the thing with Andre Villas-Boas is he was trying to get him to play he was being so technical, being very dry. But the thing about these players is they have all the experience, they have all the talent. All you need to do is just get them to be happy, to play happily together. You don't need to...
And the results will come.
Yeah, the results will come.
Right. Okay, well, hang on to your thoughts as it is time for our customary break here on the show. We'll be right back with more chat and banter, as well as a preview of the weekend's eye-catching fixtures. So we'll see you real soon on Football Everyday. Welcome back to Football Everyday here on the second and final segment of today's episode. With the FA Cup semis done and dusted, guys, league games go full steam ahead this weekend, and the early kickoff at the Emirates sees Arsenal and Chelsea do battle. Both these sides, I think, Ian, would have hoped, at the start of the season, that this game had more at stake rather than just third place, right? But end of the day, 3 points is vital for either team, right?
I think Chelsea is going to get that vital 3 points. That was mentioned earlier, high on confidence. They have the experience to deal with this stage of the season with this kind of pressure. So Chelsea for 3 points.
Okay, well, Shaun, under Roberto Di Matteo, the Blues really seem to have come out of their shell over the last leg of the season. So, how would you call this one? Would you agree with Ian?
Yeah, I think Chelsea can do it. Yeah. They certainly... saying they play with a lot more confidence now, and you only play with confidence if you're winning. Which is what Chelsea have been doing. Arsenal, don't think so.
No, especially after losing to Wigan.
No, don't think so.
Okay, well, if you're looking to catch this one live, I tell you what, do join us for Tiger FC's big away game this Saturday at the Square Publica Solaris do Tamaso, right? 6 p.m. onwards, of course. Along with the live match, of course, loads of things have been lined up, including our Take Your Best Shot and Win contest grand finale. So do join us, alright? The Football Everyday gang will be there as well, so we'd love to have you with us too. Okay, over at the Reebok, Bolton welcomes Swansea, hoping to make the most of their 2 games in hand. I mean, to get themselves out of the drop zone. I mean, look, Blackburn, who are below them, have a tough one at home to Norwich, but Bolton have it all to do as well against the Swans, right, Ian?
Actually, I think for Swansea to play away from home is actually better these days, especially against teams like Bolton, because what we've seen a lot of teams do now is when they're Swansea, they just pass the ball around, just invite you to come take a chance.
Yeah.
So when they're playing at home, a lot of teams now they realize that, so you just sit back and wait for them to come. But when they're away from home, Bolton will have the initiative to go and attack Swansea, and that will leave them vulnerable.
So it should be quite an exciting game.
I think it's going to be Swansea for the win.
So poor Bolton. Right? Well, meanwhile, another team hoping to beat the drop, as we said earlier, is Queen's Park Rangers, who host Tottenham at Loftus Road. I mean, both sides will be out for 3 points for different reasons, right, Shaun?
Absolutely. Tottenham, as we remember not so long ago, were talking about winning the league.
Yeah.
Now I wonder if they will finish fourth. So I think they need to win this one. Well, it's not dependent on this game alone, but it certainly would help them trying to finish third. QPR need to try and get out of the drop zone. They certainly also could do with the 3 points. But what concerns me, and not concerns me overly, but is Queen's Park Rangers, when they play the bigger teams, they kind of play a bit better. I mean, it seems when they play the smaller teams, then they kind of they become like complacent. I think that's got something to do with their manager. So against Tottenham, I reckon maybe they'll take a point.
Okay. Well, on Sunday, the title race continues with Manchester United in action against Everton at Old Trafford. Their FA Cup exit aside, Ian, the Toffees have been in a rich vein of form, and look, United will really be tested, correct?
Yeah, especially with Jelavic up front. I mean, the whole team works hard, so all they need to do is create one chance for Jelavic, and he has the quality to finish you off. But still, I think United at home, probably leaning more towards a United win, but they have to be careful of Jelavic, of Cahill, these guys.
Your Darren Gibson, your Phil Neville.
Darren Gibson. You can never score at Old Trafford. Anyway.
I mean, Shaun, would you agree with Ian's assessment of this one?
I think so too. I think United will win quite comfortably, actually. Again, I don't rate Everton very highly, and I'll tell you something about the United game in Everton. Everton have never beaten Manchester United. Can you remember when last they beat Manchester United?
Well, that's true. It's been a long time, eh?
And particularly,
Ian probably wasn't born.
Yeah, particularly when it comes to games which are quite crucial. You must remember that David Moyes is a good friend of Alex Ferguson.
So you're saying... Okay, well, we'll see what happens in that one. Well, after United play Everton, Man City travel to bottom of the table Wolves, looking to do, hopefully, what they did to Norwich City last weekend, Shaun. So, with the shape Wolves are in, surely this is another win for City.
Yeah, it certainly looks like another win. It should be on paper. It should be actually a comfortable win. It should be another six goal, rout, if you want to call it that. But when you play against the teams that are at the bottom, well, Wolves not really fighting for their lives because they've got nothing to fight for anyway. But so you got nothing to play for. You just go and play freely. When you play freely, is when you normally play quite well. So I wouldn't be too hasty to say that City will really thump Wolves. I would like to think that they will win, and I think at this stage of the season, I think City should just play to win and win only.
Any win, however it comes, is most vital, right? Okay, well, lastly, former Reds boss Roy Hodgson returns to Anfield with his West Brom team, looking to put one over his former Liverpool team. I mean, not much significance in this one, but can you see Suarez and company getting the win?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, they're showing a bit of character right now.
And they're buoyed by the fact that they're in the FA Cup final.
Yeah, Andy Carroll has shown a bit of spirit as well, which is important because what I think the thing that they're lacking is Suarez needs somebody to play off.
Yep.
That's probably the final piece of the puzzle, so to speak.
He's been doing everything on his own.
Yeah, if Carroll somehow gets in the mood for the game,
you never know.
Yeah, Liverpool.
I think sorry, and I just think one point of that game. If Liverpool want to win, I think it's important that Dalglish leaves Carragher out of the team, out of the squad. Actually, you should just leave him out of Anfield, and then they'll win.
You should ask Carragher to hang up his boots then, right? Well, okay, thanks a lot for your thoughts, guys. Pleasure as usual. Well, that's about all we have for today's episode of Football Everyday. If you want to drop us an email, send it to us at football@thestar.com.my. Otherwise, guys, pleasure it's been. Till we see you next week, same time, same place. Do enjoy your football, and we'll see you real soon.